starts out as, whereas Don King, who coined the phrase, "only in America." He lives it, he breathes it, he believes it. It is part of his soul. King's career as promoter spans 4 decades and includes more than 600 world championship fights. But it began as a humble plea to help save a Cleveland hospital in 1972. Don established the Don King Foundation, which has donated millions of dollars to worthy causes and organizations. As a self-reminder of the economic hardship he endured growing up, King has gone into neighborhoods every holiday season and personally handed out turkeys to needing families. And we're working on Debbie with something, just so you know. Do some things around here.
Thank you, thank you.
Whereas cities have declared Don King Day and have presented him with official proclamations for behind-the-scenes contributions he has made toward many community projects, King is an American ambassador of peace and goodwill throughout the world. He has met many presidents and world leaders promoting America and world peace. And whereas currently, at the ripe age of 90, King has no plans of slowing down. And you showed that to me today. He gives credit for who he is today to the most important woman in his life for his rise from the Cleveland projects to his mother, Hattie, who taught him the difference between right and wrong, and for whatever success and achievements that he has accomplished, to his wife, Henrietta. He has often stated that without her enduring love, help, and support, he could not have reached his levels of success that we see today. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, William Doug Franklin, Mayor of the City of Warren, do hereby proclaim this day, January 26, 2022, as Don King Day in the City of Warren. And I'm asking all of the citizens in Warren to help celebrate in this great celebration. Congratulations and God bless you.
Ohio, guys, come on over here. If we get Governor DeWine, I want to say to Governor DeWine, you're doing a great job, Governor. Yeah. And we want you to continue to do that. So I want to be all praise going to Governor DeWine, and I'm inviting him to the fight too. I hope he can make it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kristal Hart, and welcome to the Kristal Hart Show. We're at Packard Music Hall in Warren, Ohio. Don King is here. He has a show called Return to Greatness, but he took a few minutes to talk to the media about life, about America, his thoughts, and his thoughts as well on boxing.
The important thing is do something for the people in the great state of Ohio and the great Governor DeWine. So we come to here, and the only thing we could put in, we had the Packard Music Hall. It was there, and everybody been so gracious, and Commissioner Promotional and everybody, Boom Boom Mancini and Alexander, they'll be calling the fights. So hey, let's do it here because they tried to get me to go to Vegas. That was like home. But this was not the fight for Vegas. This here demonstrates, from what the commissioner said, that the greatest fight for the Warren, Ohio in the history. So that's what we want to do. We want to make history.
You're 90 years old. How much longer do you want to do this?
Well, as long as the Lord lets me do it, because He's the one that kept me here. You know, they shot me, they bombed me, they stabbed me, they put me in the penitentiary falsely. You know what I mean? But that's no here than there. I made the time serve me. I didn't serve the time. And so therefore it gave me an opportunity. But right now, the nation is suffering from a COVID-19 pandemic. And everybody's life has been taken out of their hands. It ain't about questions you ask me, why would I do something? You don't have to ask the other people what they do, and they're being told what to do. And the way they're being approached is what's really wrong, because they're demanding. And the people knows that we're supposed to have a land of the free and a home of the brave, you know what I mean? And people done died for this country, then you ain't gonna tell me what to do, you know what I mean? So it's politicized. Instead of doing, it would be 100% better for everybody to have a vaccine, wear their mask, and social distancing, and not need it. But to need it, and it ain't available, you can't have it. That's when it really hurts you, when you be saying, I ain't gonna do this. So you'll be fighting for lost causes and misinformation and distorted information. So this here way here, we can get the attention of the people because we're in Warren, Ohio, you know what I mean? And so that gives us an opportunity, you know what I mean, to be able to carry the message to friends and foe alike that, we are Americans and no one can be prouder. If you can't hear us, we'll say it a little louder.
What will people see? What are fans going to see Saturday?
They're going to see a spectacular blockbuster. It's going to be 2 world heavyweight title fights with Trevor, the Dream, Bryant, and taking on the super sensational Jonathan, Louisiana sensation, Guidry. That's going to be for the heavyweight championship of the world, the WBA. And then you're going to have the Macaboo, Ilunga Macaboo Jr. Is going to be taking on this guy from South Africa, and his name is Tabiso, Makunu. And so they're going to be fighting for the cruiserweight champion of the world with the carrot that's singing out there with a guy named Canelo. That's a mighty big carrot, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a real war. You can believe that. I can tell you that without anything, they're going to be a war. And then so I call this fight the glory of opportunity. An opportunity in the land of opportunity. That's what demonstrates and illustrates what America truly stands for, and we got to make America live up to fulfill this prophecy. Now it's time for this nation to fulfill that prophecy, and we're doing it here in Warren, Ohio, when they go out there to fight on for the cruiserweight title to go to Canelo for the next big one, and then with the heavyweight championship where Shah was put out. And you got the new guy that come in, that's Jonathan Guidry, so the WBA championship. And then you got 4 NABA, that's North American Boxing Association title fights, and they are demonstrative of comprised of America, Canada, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. And I always say, Viva Puerto Rico, mi casa, su casa. So it's a thing here that we got to show that's it's unbelievable, undeniable. It's going to be unbeatable.
Warren has such a rich history, Warren, Youngstown area, with Boom Boom Mancini and Ernie Shavers and Kelly Pavlik. Are you hoping that this kind of revives the boxing scene here? There's a rich history here. People love it.
Yes, it does revive, but it's a harbinger. You see, because what you're doing now, with Ernie Shavers, one of the hardest hitting guys in boxing. Great fighter, had the love and understanding and togetherness with him and I, you know what I mean? And with Boom Boom Mancini, the lightweight champion that was right here coming out of Youngstown, out of the area, in this area. So we got a fight here now that's a harbinger for the greatness of the future. That's why I say return to greatness, you know what I mean? To bring it back to where greatness used to be, but it's at a time to give you a moment of respite. You can't disregard the COVID. It ain't gonna cure the COVID, but it'll give us a moment of momentarily of having some fun again and not living under that pressure, scare tactics and politicizing everything and everybody telling you what, when, where, and how to do, and then they do something different. The leadership does absolutely contrary to what they're telling you to do. And so it causes a lot of human confusion. And what now, so we're going to put that aside. And when I took the song, hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're young or old, let the good times roll. And so the good times are going to roll here in Warren, Ohio, and it's going to spread throughout the country. And that's what we want, a moment of respite. Then you're going to sit home with your family, watch it on pay-per-view, you know what I mean, and have your friends and the people that are there that are safe for your family. And so you got protection of yourself and your children, and enjoy a moment of fun, in exciting, provocatively beautiful boxing.
You've always been a humanitarian. Tell us about the hospital workers that are going to be here. And I was there way back at Madison Square Garden with Roy Jones Jr. and Trinidad. And at that time, you had all of the people from the service coming. So tell us about who's going to be here.
Yeah, well, the hospital workers are going to be there. All those are the vanguard, or the first in line for health care and to trying to protect everybody, to help them to get there, risking their lives to be there. So it was only fitting and proper that they should be here, along with the military. All of the military, the vanguard of our nation, the one who protect our soil to give us liberty, justice, fairness, which we haven't got yet, but we're working and striving to get. So we shall overcome. So this is what we got to be able to deal with. So I'm very happy about all those who can come, and I want to fight for the homeless, and I want to be able to I'm looking for a person that will, bye. a lot of tickets, but we want to make the money donation to the homeless. So what I want to do is to make things happen for the people, and we got to be able to do this. So everybody is trying to block it. All of my enemies, Lonesome Bob and whatever, they're all trying to block the card, but it's too big for me. They can't stop it.
A matter of fact, talking about Bob Arum, he always says all he ever wants to do is outlive Don King. At the Lomachenko fight, he said that you called him on his birthday and had a good talk. So happy birthday, Don King.
Yes, well, it was happy birthday for my Lonesome Bob Arum. I love the guy because I never would have known how good I am if I didn't have Bob Arum. Bob Arum from Harvard, you know what I mean? A Kennedy Raider, you know what I mean? They had Muhammad Ali, and promoting Muhammad Ali, I come in, I got Muhammad Ali, and I worked hard. And so Bob Arum is so tenacious, so dedicated and committed to try to make a story. He'll create a lie, and that nobody know nothing about it, and then it'll go around the circle. And when they get back to him, what? I can't believe that. I can't believe that when he's the creator of it. So I learned from Bob how to be able to deal with what is real, the practicality, the normalcy, and the wonderful thing about people. And people are my most important asset, and innovation and imagination are my tools. Togetherness for a better America is my goal. I say, hey, for the love of the people, let's do it. Let's come together and work together, pray together, stay together. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to give that lesson of love. And we can make love work like hate. It would be a wonderful world because hate has done a remarkable job for racism. You know, so this is what they're being able to promote. But I want to permeate the atmosphere with love, understanding, and togetherness. And we're going to try to do that, and we're going to make certain that all the vanguard of our nation that's available, they will be able to see this and be a part of it. And all of the front hospital workers are there, we're going to see that they get in, then they be a part of it, because the rest of the world will be able to see it all around the world. And that's what's going to really count. That's what's going to make me feel good, and they're going to illustrate what America's true greatness.
Okay, good luck, and hopefully Canelo next.
Yes, good luck is what it's all about, but it's hard work, dedication, and faith in God. You know what I mean? With the Lord, you know, with men this would be impossible, but with God, all things are possible. And I believe in my faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who has carried me through from the penitentiary, from bombs, from bullets, from being shot, you know what I mean, and being pursued. In the bag ladies said, don't go down this street. Let's take my life. You know, for policemen that would guard me when I was testifying against the mob. You know what I mean? So I've done everything that would be unpredictable, you know, what would be under normal circumstances with fear, you know, and intimidation and that would take place. I've never yielded to fear, you know what I mean? And so we have been able to deal with what is real, and death, you know what I mean, it's, you know, it's like Cyrano de Bergerac, you're fighting death in the courtyard. So it ain't gonna be no part about being afraid, you know what I mean? There ain't a way. We're gonna deal with what is best, and with this show here is gonna be what you want it to be. Dream and think about what this great country means to you, and what you see. Yesterday's nobody's to be a tomorrow somebody's, and that will be a portend or a harbinger to what's to come. The greatness that we are yet to see is gonna be predicted on this Saturday night of the youth that will rise to the occasion and the winners that take place on the 6 title fights. It means the world to me because it demonstrates that I have not forgotten where I come from. And that's what really counts, you know, go back to the people. I'm a promoter of the people, by the people, and for the people, and my magic lies my people ties. In the journey of life, Ohio is where I emanate from, and Cleveland is my beloved city, and Warren is just another few minutes away from Cleveland. And I wanted to do a fight in Warren where I was offered $3 million plus to go to Las Vegas, and I refused the money because I want to be able to build up the inspiration, the motivation, the aspiration of youngsters around the world. That money is the gasoline. You know what I mean? That's all, you know. Money comes and money goes. But your word and your presence means everything, and it follows you forever. So your word means more to me than money. So therefore, I've been preaching that talk. Now I'm walking that walk back here in Warren, Ohio. So thank you very much.
One last question, sir. What is your greatest accomplishment in your mind in all the years that you've been a promoter or entrepreneur?
Well, I live for the day that all people are clothed in dignity. And that's what my epithet will be, you know what I mean? So you're going to I learned through life, in the journey of life, and which is continuing, is failure I've totally eradicated out of my vocabulary. Setback every now and then. You've got to be able to have faith. And if you're going to have faith, and as the scriptures have said, you could tell yonder mountain to be removed, and hence in the twinkling of an eye, the mountain will be removed. You know, so I want to be able to say that you got to have that faith and believe. All right, so therefore I live for the day that all people are clothed in dignity. And that's a job, that's a continuing effort that goes on, and we're going to continue to march on that drummer of trying to be what we can be in America, word-wise, the cosmic words, one land, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We have not lived up to that in America. Unfortunately, America is still a racist country. But we got to keep working toward that. And the only way we can get where America won't be a racist country is unity, solidarity, and togetherness. And we, the people, will have to voice and take our government back from those who we send to the government to fight for our rights and fight to change the problem, become a part of the problem and want that fight to solve. So as we can stop that corruption, this system is phenomenal, but it's corrupt and it's rigged. It's sexist, where they say the woman is inferior, and they say people of color are inferior. So this is the message that we want to continue to carry to friend and for life. But the words of America, those cosmic words are a lamp to freedom. And that lamp to freedom burns brightly around the world. So everybody, well, this is the only country in the world where they try to break into rather than break out of. So you got to deal with that, and you got to make it happen, and make it happen in a way that's fitting and proper with dignity, honor, reliability, loyalty is key. You know what I mean? And so we have to work on that basis.
Mr. King, I know you've given such a profound answer and response, and we want to thank you today for everything you've ever done and for what you've done for us leading up into today and our future. I want to ask you, what does mental health mean to you and what we've gone through with this pandemic, etc.?
Well, mental health is vitally important because the problem, that's an effect. The cause is the different type of pressures that are insurmountable and indescribable that hits people because of the pressure of their family, their mother, the father, and the indigenous way that they had to live. So we got to go to the cause and not the effect. In America, we treat the effects. Oh, look at that, he just got shot down. This kid just got hit. All of that, none of that shocks me because all of those are academic. They are the effects of the cause. That's the system that starts out with racism, degradation, double standards, you know what I mean, and propaganda that's false and distributing wrong information and false information, just like they're doing now with the scare tactics and all of the different things they're doing. They could easily promote vaccine being shot, you know, getting a vaccination, and do it with love and understanding rather than trying to be a dictator and go back to the authoritarian way of life. They don't want to do it that way. The weak leadership, you know what I mean? So you're demanding what you should get. They should be breaking the doors down to go get. It's all in the presentation, how you present it. You know what I mean? So when I say that I'm a promoter of the people and for the people, and imagination and innovation are my tools. You got to grow with the times, not let the times grow with you. You know what I mean? So therefore, we can make America what America should be, and what America could be, and what America will be, if we, the people, come together and stand each for one and the other, and each for the other. You know what I mean? And so that's what we got to do. We got to be strong and courageous and stand in unity together and dictate what we go tell our people or recall. That's the word, recall. That's what Washington said. As long as we be able to, if they don't do what they wish, what we wish, and they don't do or serve the purpose that we want, then it's our undoubtedly duty to recall them. And that means fire them. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to do. When you say clean the swamp has to be clean. and they need to be fired unless they're going to do what the wishes of the Constitution that was ratified March the 4th, 1789.
Okay, somebody else, please.
Mr. King.
One at a time.
Mr. King, how you doing? With all due respect, my name is Donnell Fears of Fears Promotions. I'm out of Delaware. You have been my mentor since I've been a little boy. I appreciate everything you've done, not only for the people of America, but what you've done for the sport of boxing. And I'm an up-and-coming promoter, and I just want to know if there's any advice that you can give me coming up in this game, not only in the sport of boxing, but the sport of entertainment as well.
Well, the advice would be the people are the most important. And always consider yourself one of the people, but the people are the most important. No matter what they say, do, or how, they have been denied. This is the only country in the world where they made it a capital punishment to teach a black person or a person of color how to read and write. You know what I mean? Yep, capital is supposed to be for somebody going to kill somebody, homicide, murder, whatever it is. But they made it for reading and writing. So what you do is you go back to the cause of what this is, and that cause is ever ready and it works. It rebrands itself, it reinvents itself in the twinkling of an eye to suit the purpose of whatever the narrative is. Today, the narrative is the COVID-19 pandemic and Omicron and every different light that they want to put there, every cousin and every relative of it. All right? Yesterday was the bubonic plague. You know, whatever it is, you're going to find all the way down the line, the narrative changes, but the system remains the same. So what you're going to do, fight for, be able to look into the mirror and say, you are somebody. You know what I mean? And that way, keep your eye on the sparrow, as the Lord say. Deal with the people and deal for the benefit of the people and be able to help another, reach out to help another, you know, and don't sit back and feel sorry for yourself and drown in your own tears, as Ray Charles will say. You know what I mean? Get out there and deal for others. Work for the benefit of others. If you're going to promote the people. You know, give them what they want. The OJ's made 3 songs and all of them are national anthems for people of black and white alike. You know what I mean? They smile in your face, and all the time they want to take your place to backstab. You know what I mean? And money, 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 money. Women that sell their body. Your mother do this. You know what I mean? Money. M-O-N-E-Y. And then give the people what they want. You know what I mean? And so Eddie Levert, who happened to call me this morning, you know, he put those songs out, and those are standard bearers. You know, give the people what they want. If you're going to promote. Don't just go out there and try to get more for your money. It's academic. That the money will accompany what you're promoting. So don't worry about the money, but worry about the people in your production and give thanks to them that help to make it possible.
Okay, last one. Zach, go ahead, please.
WJCU and Barstool Sports. I just wanted to know what you have to say to the people that are college athletes, amateur fighters, and up-and-coming young people in the boxing game who are trying to make it on a level of fights like these.
Well, if you're going to dream the dream, and that's what this country is made of, dreams. You know what I mean? That we are fighting for independence. To be able to break away from Great Britain and did a Bill of Rights for the people. That Bill of Rights signifies what your life should be. You know what I mean? If these are the rights that you want and you need and you demand for your survival, then give them to others. You know, treat people like you want to be treated. That's what they say. All right, so therefore, when you want to work, you dedicate yourself and you commit yourself to what you do. A person who has the right attitude, and nothing can stop him from getting accomplishing what he wants to do. Come on, dude. You know, is the one that don't have the attitude that's the one going to be able to fail. They're always questioning this and questioning that. You know what I mean? But if you've got the right attitude, you know, be a dream maker. You know what I mean? Carve the path to be followed. Not follow the path that's already been carved.
Don, real quick, whole story here. Obviously, we just saw not too long ago Lunga Makabu and Tabasum Kuno look in phenomenal shape, and obviously their first fight 7 years ago was a very, very good cruiserweight fight. What are your sort of expectations for their rematch tomorrow? Do you think it will exceed the quality that their first fight had 7 years ago?
You know, in the cruiserweight, in any weight, it is the dedication and the person who wants it the most. And what it is, then that's what makes the provocation and the excitement that is addicted it's addicted to all the people. And so what we want to do is, like the fight here we have tomorrow night with the cruiserweight, which is Macabo and McCune, the golden carrot, you know, is Canelo. That's going to be a mega fight that would bring money to whoever it would be. You don't have to, to gain fame and acclaim and influence is wonderful, but to know that you have something that's standing there is like, going down the Wizard of Oz, little Mary, whoever she's going down the Wizard of Oz. All right, but the idea is the pot of gold is there, and that puts a titillating fancy to everything that's on this show, because Canelo is standing there who challenged Macabo. Not Macabo challenged Canelo. That's normal. You'd be greedy. You want to make some money. You don't have to be greedy. You just think I should get paid. But when you're not known, and you're not a household word, and you find somebody that is a household word, and this is known, and to become a people's champion as Canelo has done for Mexico, then that's the pot of gold that's sitting there. And that's exciting to everyone in the world that Canelo will challenge the winner of this fight on tomorrow night. So that's a super sensational additive. That's the icing on the cake.
With us is Leonard Church, and he's not new to this game. He was a fighter himself. So tell us a little bit about your career, and then tell us about this fight. We have Don King return to greatness here at Packard Music Hall in Warren, Ohio.
Hi, like Christy said, my name is Leonard Church, and I've been a fan of boxing as a participant as well some years ago. I'll just say that. But I was an amateur champion. I went on to go to the 1980 Olympic trials, fell short the year. The games were boycotted. But throughout my amateur professional career, I had an opportunity to be a part of Don King Productions. I've been out at the training camp where Don still owns and operates the camp. And I just think what's going to happen tomorrow night is going to be phenomenal. It's going to do the area good as well as boxing. I think Don King is a fabulous individual, as we all know, when it comes to boxing and promotion and interacting with life itself and people. He's a great people's person, as we all know, and he is for the good of America, for the good of people, and for the good of society.
We're at Packard Music Hall in Warren, Ohio for Don King's return to greatness. And in the co-main event, after 12 rounds of boxing, Trevor Bryan defeats Jonathan Guidry by split decision to retain the WBA heavyweight title. And in the co-main event, Ilunga Makabo defeats Tabiso Makanu by split decision to retain his WBC cruiserweight title. And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Packard Music Hall. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.